My name is Karen Adams, and I am absolutely delighted to be making this my journey in STEM video for SmartSTEM. What I hope to do is to share with you the roles that I've played and the decisions that have led me to take those roles. And what I really want to highlight to you through my experience is the diversity and the realms of possibility that exist across STEM subjects if you go into science, technology, engineering, or mathematical industries. My own journey has taken me into engineering, and there's a few key things that I want to relay and share with you. That is, I've been in an industry for 17 years, and I'll share with you how I got into industry and the decisions that led me in the path that I took. But really, it is a really inclusive industry. It's a kind industry, which is quite an odd way to describe the industry you work in. And what I mean by that is that after 17 years in industry, I am still supported by incredibly talented individuals who have mentored and guided me all the way through my own journey. And there are people like me who are so passionate about what we do, lots of us, that we want to encourage the next generation of STEM talent to pursue their dreams. So what I'd like to start by saying is that I went to Strathclyde University and I did my master's degree in electronic and electrical engineering with business studies. I left school at 16 and went to university after fifth year, so anything's possible. But I want to point out that it is not the only route into engineering, far from it. And as I've become more experienced throughout my own career, I have worked with a number of different people who have come to engineering in very different ways. So there are apprenticeships, which are a fantastic way for individuals who don't want to go to university or maybe don't think that they've got the grades or it just doesn't fit with them. That's absolutely fine. An apprenticeship is a fantastic opportunity for young people to get involved in engineering and technology. And what they can do is they can learn on the job, getting paid as they go. And the insight that you will learn from your first day in your organisation, that will stand you in really good stead. So what I'll share with you now is how I got into engineering. Basically, it was a happy mistake, a little bit by accident. I was always pretty good in school at English and languages and maths, but I was never fantastic at physics. So how did I end up as an engineer? I thought I wanted to be a lawyer or a teacher, or maybe even a barmaid when I was a bit younger. And I went and did my work experience at a law firm and decided, oh my goodness, this is not what I want to do. It just doesn't fit with me. What will I do? So I went back to school after my work experience and spoke to my physics teacher, who was desperate for me to become a physics teacher or a science teacher. And I said, I don't want to be a lawyer. And I remember him being really happy about that. So he said to me, well, why don't you think about being an engineer? And then he said, nah, do you know what? There's not very many female engineers. Oh, it would be really difficult. And after that, I decided at 15 that I wanted to be an engineer. I didn't know what it is or what it was. I do now, and that's what I'm going to share with you. So a bit of a happy accident, I ended up in engineering. So I went to university and I did electronic and electrical engineering with business studies at Strathclyde, which I'm very proud of. When I left industry, I went straight to BE Systems, where I was an electrical engineering graduate. What I would say is if you're going to take the university route, when you come into industry, I would strongly suggest that you identify with an organisation who have a really structured graduate programme. It's so important early in your career to learn how businesses work. It's not enough to be really good at science and engineering. You need to know how that fits into the wider organisation, how companies can make money, how you can solve problems, and how you can go on and make that better. So find a really good, structured, well-structured graduate scheme and pursue that. I worked my way up pretty quickly in BE Systems to be principal commissioning engineer, where I took I took ships to sea to do trials of the combat systems for our Royal Navy and our merchant navies too. It was such an exciting role, and at 23, I was absolutely stunned at everything I learned when I was actually on the ship, and that the people that I worked with left such a big impression for me. After BE Systems, I joined Thales Optronics, so I decided that I wanted to move more into the kind of management arena. So I joined the Armoured Fighting Vehicle Group in Thales, where I worked as a programme manager, spending a lot of time in France, Norway, the UK, and working with our Canadian counterparts. I sat in Challenger tanks in firing ranges. It was a bit like being, a superhero or being James Bond's apprentice. I've sat on warships and taken them to sea. I've been in Challenger tanks on ranges, checking out the kit. That's exciting stuff. And that's what engineering, a career in engineering can do for you. It can be entirely diverse. It can be different almost every day. From there, I moved on to doing more kind of commercial work, where I joined Jason Babcock as the head of projects for the Global R&D Centre. So having worked wholly in defence, having had spent time at sea, worked in Norway, France, worked with Canadians and in the UK, I decided that I liked the global element of my job and I wanted to kind of pursue that a little bit more. Also went into R&D for the first time, and my role there was to create a project management function for the Global R&D Centre. So to work with the best technical minds that we had in the coal-fired boiler arena, which was an old technology with the market kind of declining at that time, and to work out how to drive what was next, how to direct the research and development in a way that was cost effective so that we could transform the business and perform in cleaner energy space. Did that for a few years, absolutely loved it, and I spent a lot of time across London, Glasgow and South Korea, which was the first time I ever went into Asia, which was, again, another fantastic learning experience in my career. And after a little while, it occurred to me that, I'd worked across Norway, Canada, France, South Korea, all of the UK, Norway, and I realised that all of the problems or the issues that were being encountered, it didn't matter where you were encountering them across the world. The engineers and scientists could work with their expertise and their skill, work together in teams to actually solve problems. And at the essence of all engineering careers, that's what you do. You fundamentally solve problems. And you can take that grounding, that learning, and you can apply it in so many different contexts. So I'm now a senior manager working in a global defence company, and I apply my engineering learning. I'm very pragmatic, I'm measured, I do things in a consistent manner. That's what engineering teaches you, not just the stuff you learn in the classroom or on the shop floor. It teaches you a way to approach problems without being overwhelmed, and anybody can do that. You can come through the apprenticeship route, you can come through working in an organisation and moving into being trained, or you can come through university. There's no limitations for the careers in engineering, and certainly, hopefully what I'm doing is I'm demonstrating that. I then left Doosan Babcock and joined JFD Global, which is my current organisation. And what we do is we design, build, maintain, service submarines and rebreather equipment for the most elite navies all over the world and for commercial recreational diving clients. So there's real diversity there, covering all sorts of sectors, all sorts of activities. There's R&D involved in the organisation. There's engineering. There's procurement, how to buy things. There's project management, how to manage well, how to engage with clients, how to communicate, how to make people trust that you're going to be able to keep them safe underwater in the harshest of environments. Hopefully what you're getting from me is that I'm really passionate about what I do. So I've spoken for about 10 minutes now, which is quite a long time, I'm sure, for you to listen to my story. So what I would say is, if you're thinking that you would like to pursue a career in science, technology, engineering or mathematics, the world truly is your oyster. Nothing is impossible. If you look at someone like myself, I was the first person to go on in my family and to achieve a professional career. I was nothing special, but I was supported by my family and by the industry and the people that I operate with in industry from a very early age. And we together have navigated my career path so that I can enjoy the success that I do. And I absolutely love working in engineering. I would strongly recommend it as a career choice for any individual thinking about, wanting to solve the world's problems, wanting to make a bit of a difference, wanting to do something that's really exciting and where practically every day is different. So hopefully you've enjoyed my video. I've really enjoyed sharing my journey with you, and I cannot wait to see the future STEM talent emerge from Scotland, because I am a fiercely proud Scottish engineer, and it is where the best engineering talent develops from. So good luck in your journey, and I hope this has been helpful for you. Take care, guys. Bye.